few years ago, one of my daughters turned 16 years old. She wants to go to New York City. So we're in Times Square, and Times Square is lit up at nighttime like it's the daytime.
That's
super
right,
bright.
yeah.
And right outside of our window is a donut shop called Krispy Kreme.
Indeed.
Right? I take my two youngest daughters down, and as we're walking into the door, the line is backed up. It's like a 20-minute wait
Wow.
at 11 p.m. at night to get donuts.
Wow.
So we're waiting in line, and inside of it, they're selling merchandise. People are buying Krispy Kreme. I'm like, who needs a donut t-shirt? They buying t-shirts, they buying hats. There's a window that has a conveyor belt. They have a glazed waterfall where little naked donuts are just going down the conveyor belt, getting drizzled with the glaze. You're gonna be hungry after this. You're gonna eat after this. But the amazing thing is, as we stood in the back of that line, I heard a guy at the counter yell out, "Ladies and gentlemen, we just sold another Big Apple donut." And everybody made some noise. And I'm like, this is interesting. And in about another 5 minutes, we move up a little closer. And he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we just sold another Big Apple donut." Everybody make some noise and people clapped. And even though I couldn't even see up to the counter what was going on, there was one thing in my mind. And the one thing in my mind is, what is a Big Apple donut? And how can I get one? It was not about the donut, because I didn't know what the donut tasted like. So I didn't necessarily want the donut. What I wanted intrinsically was that experience.
It's a true story.
So I get
So
all the way
good.
up to the counter, and as I get up to the counter, I say I want one of those Big Apple donuts. So she got the Big Apple donut for me. You know, I paid everything, and then she just slid across the table. So I slid it back, and I was like, I don't want this, like, because I didn't. She was under the mistake that I wanted the donut. I didn't want the donut. I wanted the experience. Now I tell a story, you know, different places I speak. The number one question people always have is like, how much did it cost? And what I tell them is that a regular glazed donut at that Krispy Kreme store costs roughly about $2.49.
Right.
The most expensive filled donut, which is called the birthday cake donut, costs $3.89.
Stop it.
The Big Apple donut costs $11 for one donut. Now,
Does it come with a mother-in-law? What's the story?
no, it comes with an experience. And that's what people need to realize. If you can take your product or service and wrap it in an experience, there are people that are willing to pay 2, 3, 4 times as much.
So good.
Not because they want the product, but because they want the experience.
So good.
A few years ago,